Hello, this is Dr. Bhaumek. Welcome to my YouTube channel. From now and from today, I am going to take you to the different phase of my lecture. So far, I have given all possible lecture in pediatric endocrinology, board review questions, and case presentation. This is, I call, second phase of the lecture. And here, I am going to take you to a different level, and this has nothing to do with my medical lectures. This is about the history, and this is meant for everybody who especially like history. This will be very informative to that audience. And as I have said that before, that if medicine is my heart and the history is the soul, I love history, and for a long time I have been trying to study the history of ancient medicine and history that was practiced by our ancestors. And with that introduction, I like to present you with the history that I am today and in future going to present on the channel. Today's presentation will be ancient Indian medicine, which is Ayurveda, and I have divided this Ayurvedic lecture to part 1 and part 2. So today I am going to cover only the part 1. And in future, I like to cover all this area. I'm not sure I will be able to do all of them, but I'll try my best to cover. And this will be the medicine of ancient civilization. And I am starting with ancient Indian medicine because this is the oldest. In my research, I found that this is the oldest medicine that's known to mankind, and this is still being practiced in India and many Southeast Asian country and even Western country. Then I'll go to another, the great civilization and the medicine probably next to Ayurveda, Indian medicine, is the traditional Chinese medicine. Then I will try to present to you ancient medicine of Great Egypt, then medicine of ancient Greece, the Islamic Golden Age that actually lasted from 8th to 15th century, and then Inca and Maya civilization. Now, the ancient Indian and the Chinese medicine is particularly important to me because they are still surviving and they have been some modification, but this is pretty much the medicine that was practiced, and there is adding on knowledge and the herbs to take care of the patient. But medicine of ancient Greece and Islamic Golden Age, these are the prelude to Western medicine, the beginning of Western medicine. So I'm not going to cover that one at this time, but I would talk to medicine of ancient Greece and Islamic golden period. So I'm going to start with the Ayurveda medicine of ancient India. And I divide it in two parts because if I give in single lecture, it will be a little lengthy. And I know that human attention is probably no more than 30 minutes or even less. Then again, those who have been followed my channel by now knows who am I. However, those who are joining my channel and will subscribe my channel in future, I like to introduce myself again. My name is Samar Bhaumik. I am a medical doctor, MD, and fellow of American College of Endocrinology, and retired colonel from United States Medical Corps. I have practiced Western medicine for Air Force as well as the civilian University of South Alabama College of Medicine. And now I am retired from there. But before I start this presentation, I want to dedicate this Ayurvedic presentation to my friend, my colleague and brother-in-law, Dr. Dilip K. Sarkar, who's not only MD, he has also a diploma in Ayurvedic medicine. Besides that, he has diploma in many other areas. On his just a brief introduction that why I want to dedicate this lecture to him. On his 50th birthday, despite having no risk factor, he survived a major cardiac event and bypass surgery. Frustrated by the limit of conventional medicine, he expanded his horizon. He mastered Ayurvedic medicine, Eastern philosophy of life, and learned yoga, meditation, and stress management. He also became the president of North American Yoga Association and written books and given lectures to different institutions and his personal YouTube channel. He teaches yoga for a long time to the various community. He made a great effort to bring the Western medicine to the Eastern philosophy and try to help everybody. Today again he is facing very complicated and complex illness, and my well wishes and prayer for him and his family. And I do honor his brilliant mind, his brave heart, and his dual uh, uh, performance in a master way in both in Eastern and Western medicine. So medicine in ancient India is unquestionably it will be Ayurveda, and as I said, I am going to discuss part 1 only today. Ayurvedic medicine is more than 300 years old, and most ancient medicine in the world, and next is the traditional Chinese medicine. It emphasizes not only therapeutic but mostly the holistic medicine practice. It takes the body, mind, and spirit as a whole. So it's a complete analysis of the human being, his body, mind, spirit as a whole. It is highly respected in India. Not only it is respected and also heavily practiced in certain part of India, especially southern India. And as I will later on share with you that how the Ayurveda is doing in India and beyond. and is practiced in other countries as well. So, what is Ayurveda? It's the ancient language Sanskrit. It's a Sanskrit word. Ayur means life and Veda means knowledge. It is a complementary and alternative medicine. Complementary and alternative medicine. Now, Ayurveda has a deep religious connection to Hindu god Brahma, and clearly it is in a special section in Vedas. Atharva Veda considered as the medical encyclopedia of Ayurveda. And when I discuss the mythology, I will try to explain it a little bit further. Now, Veda is the heart of Hinduism, the religious sacred book that is the book for Hindus. Similarly, Quran is to Muslim and Bible is to Christian. The Veda is divided in four parts. Four Vedas, not parts, it's four Vedas. One is Rig Veda, two is Sama Veda, three is Yajur Veda, four is Atharva Veda. And as I said, they are the heart of the Hinduism. Of which oldest is the Rig Veda, written more than 300 before Common Era or before Christ. And the last one is Atharva Veda. Then there is another called Upoveda. There are four of them. And this is applied knowledge, or this is a summary or précis for the common people to understand narration of Veda. So Upavedas is explained in Hindu religion to arts and science. So in that section, if we talk about Ayurveda, it is the medicine, and main source of this, it is from Atharva Veda. Then is Gandharva, which represent or explain to us music and dance. And as it is more origin, is the bigger book for that is Samaveda. Then Dhanurveda. Dhanurveda is warfare. Previous, in ancient time, the bow and arrow was the primary weapons for war. And this different kind of Dhanurveda techniques and practice is coming from Rig Veda. And then Shilpa Veda is a study of architecture, and the source is Yajur Veda. And Ayurveda is the medicine from Atharva Veda, as I have mentioned. Ayurveda mythology. Mythological aspect and the origin of Ayurveda cannot be ignored, because if we study the history, as a student of history, I have to present what is mythology as well as the other part. And there are people who may not really uh, agree with many mythology, but that will be up to their discretion. But as a student of the history, I have to analyze and present it the way I believe it should be. So before we know about the origin of Ayurveda, one must understand the three supreme gods in Hindu religion, which we call Trimurti, or somebody can call Trinity. So three supreme god is Brahma. Brahma is the creator, and Vishnu is the protector, and Shiva is the destroyer of the evil. And in order to start the origin of Ayurveda, I have to cover the cosmetic celestial world or heavenly world, because that how where it started according to mythology. In heaven, it was Ayurveda is the one which was practiced by very famous two doctors called Kumaras, and they are twin brothers, and they are the son of god Surya. They took care of the god and goddess. They were archer, horseman, and extremely handsome. And it is said that when the goddess used to see them, their disease used to get cured just by looking at them. And their contribution to Veda, Ayurveda, is written at least 376 times in Rig Veda. And those who follow the Mahabharata, and these twins are the father of Nakul and Sahadev, of five Pandavas, two brothers, and these two, Nakul and Sahadev. Now, I have to tell you their story in a very storytelling fashion. Now, it is written, from what I have learned, that these Kumaras approached Brahma and asked him that Brahma, Prajapati Brahma, you have created the world and put the human being, animals, and everything that ought to be in there. However, you have not put there enough medical personnel. The people will get sick and they will need treatment. So you have to send more trained physician in world, the real world. And they also said that we are very busy and we can also use some of the physician for our practice. So I'm going to story, telling you the fashion of a story. And so there come the first avatar or beginning of a god, Ayurvedic god, in the first avatar or appearance is Dhanavantari. Dhanavantari. So different part of the India, it may be pronounced differently. And his appearance is important to know, as also interesting how it came about. As Lord Brahma was thinking of sending more people to the world, and then there is a god, powerful god, Indradev. He is not very much worshipped by very many people, and he was not very popular among many of the uh, goddess. He's very egoistic, and he was the god of thunder, lightning, and many other things. He's very powerful, and some people call him as the president of all devas. And he enjoyed song, dance, and also has a very uh, life that he led. Many people consider, or the devotees are considered, is not very moral. So the story goes like this. One day he was with his entourage, just riding through the big forest, and he saw a Maharshi called Durvasha was in meditation. Just as with his wicked mind he thought he is going to break his meditation. So he went to him and said, Maharshi, I am thirsty. Can you please give me some water? Maharishi's name is Durvasa. He was supposed to be most angry rishis of all. So anyway, he woke up from his meditation and says, of course, he said, Indradev, I will give you water. So he took the water. Instead of drinking, he was cleaning the tail and the back of his horse with that water. And that made Durvasa very, very angry. And he put a curse on him. He said, you have the audacity to disrespect me, and I'm going to give you this curse that now you enjoy the mortality against Asuras. They are also known demons. And the god and the demons, they have been fighting each other for a long time. But Shiva gave them this protection that none of the devatas will be ever killed by they will be defeated by, will ever killed by demons. And Rishi took that protection and said, now onward, any demons who will defeat you will be able to completely finish you. You will not enjoy that protection. That was a significant distress call for all devatas, and they all ran to Brahma. What to do? The Brahma went to Vishnu, who is the protector, but the God, the supreme God, is Shiva. And both of them went to Shiva to get back their cards withdrawn, get their cards withdrawn. And Shiva said, I really cannot do anything. This is a very big uh, crime that the Indradev has done. However, they sit together and they will come up with the solution. And it was believed, the suggestion was given by goddess Parvati, Shiva's wife. And they said that, well, the only way they can survive is that go to an ocean, chant the ocean, and get the Amrita. And if the devatas drink that Amrita, then they will get back their protection, which they have lost because of their ill deeds. So that's why that was done. The ocean was churned. However, their manpower was small, so they had to take the help of asuras, and they promised to the asuras that yes, we are going to give you too this Amrita. And so they use a snake called Bisoka as a rope and Mandar mountain as a stick. And so after churning these snakes, almost almost entire ocean become full of venom. And just to make the long story short, that Shiva ultimately neutralized all the venom, and that's why he is called Nilkantha. And when the charting is near completion, then Lord Dhanavantari appeared on the scene with the jar of Amrita. And that's Amrita the devatas drank and get their immunity back against Asuras. And as usual, they deprived Asur from any of those. So that is the first appearance of Dhanavantari in heavenly world. And so, having that mythological background, I thought it is interesting, so I shared with you. I made it shortcut, but I thought that that information will be make it a little bit more clear that how devatas always betrayed the demons and did a lot of mischievous thing and got by. So, what is the essence of Ayurveda? Ayurveda is a timeless, universal system of medicine, still practiced. And in Ayurveda, the patient confidentiality is of utmost importance. Patient confidentiality. Prevention is the priority, and prevention is better than cure. However, it is interesting to note that even today, the patient confidentiality is utmost important. HICFA law, and we practice that. But that actually came from by reading history from Ayurveda. And World Health Organization, the motto is prevention is better than cure. And that seems to be said long time ago in Ayurvedic medicine. And it is similar to Hippocratic oath, which we take as a physician, but it was mentioned in Ayurveda much earlier. Mind, meditation, and body, this yoga is also important part of Ayurvedic medicine. The key words in Ayurveda, I like to tell you that I certainly not qualified to discuss this thing in details because I am not qualified. However, whatever I gathered, I would love to share with you. Any student of Ayurvedic medicine must know this, that these key words in Ayurveda, one is called Pancha Mahabhuta. And I will try to explain this one in a shortcut a little later. And dosas and Prakriti. These are the three main keyword in Ayurveda, and every Ayurvedic student and practitioner must learn it well. So Pancha Mahabhuta is very interesting. Actually, it is also been mentioned to other religion like Buddhism and part of the Chinese medicine, which I'll talk about, and there is some overlap. In Hinduism, these five elements are the basis of all cosmic creation. Pancham means five Mahabhutas, and they are earth, which in Sanskrit we call Prithvi, water, what we call jal or pani in Indian language, fire is Agni, and air is Vayu, and Akash is the space, Mahaspace, and these are Pancha Mahabhuta. Ayurveda believe the human body also consists of these five elements. It is not the celestial or cosmic world, but it is also human body. Ayurveda believes has these five elements as well. So Buddhists believe in four. They don't mention, they don't believe in sky. And then come another very important called Prakriti. This is the constitution or personality of a person. And this constitution actually determine at the time of conception. And this Prakriti and this constitution are three modes, gunas. Sattva is the goodness, rajas is passion, and tamas is ignorance. Combination of these three gunas form the character of a given person. Then the other element that I talked to you before is dosas. This combination of each element result in dosas, and they are believed to be responsible for personality and even how they look, their constitution. There are three dosas: vata, kapha, and pitta. Well, as a Western medicine student, I say that we have also three kind of body build: ectomorphic, mesomorphic, and endomorphic. But this is a little different, and each vata is of the dosas has got two elements. But there could be a little more, but two basic elements. Vata is air and space. Kapha is based on earth and water, and Pitta based on fire and water. So if somebody's constitution is Kapha, his strong point that he is calm, caring, trusting, happy, romantic. But his weakness is he's prone to gain weight and their slow metabolism and also sluggish, not athletic. Pitta's strength is muscular build, strong leadership quality. The weakness is get impatient very easily, always hungry, and prone to conflict. And the Vata, the strength is they're slim, energetic, and creative. The weakness, they tend to forgetful, they're anxious, they're moody, and get overwhelmed easily. It is also written that in the same person, this is not exactly solid that what has been described in Kapha, Pitta, and Vata. There are people, he may have 90% of one and the 10% of other. So a Ayurvedic student need to know this characteristic of a person to prescribe the right kind of herbs medicine, because they do not work equally for everybody. So the treatment approach of Ayurveda. I again like to remind my audience that I am a student of history. I'm discussing the historical aspect, and I am not here to tell which one is better, which medicine was better, is it Chinese or Indians or Greek? No. And I do not have the audacity to do that because I'm not qualified at all. But treatment approach of Ayurveda is start with internal purification, and they do include purgation, the cleaning of the human GI gastrointestinal system, detoxification, and the vomiting emesis. And the others obviously is the Ayurveda is known for herbal medicine. There is a massage therapy, yoga, and meditation was added later on. But it is not the part and parcels of Ayurvedic treatment. Now, there was a time the bloodletting was also practiced in Ayurvedic medicine, but I found that controversial comment on that. Some people said still it is practiced, and some authors said no, it is not practiced anymore. Now, since these are so ancient time and it is written and narrated by so many different people, and there will be so many opinions. So as I have read through, and I found the one that was more believable, and the one was mentioned in more than 1, 2, 3 sources, and that's the one I took and tried to incorporate in my lecture. Now, with this, next part is going to be more interesting for the people that practice Ayurvedic medicine, and that's where I will be talking about the great person of Ayurvedic medicine like Charaka, Susruta, and Bhagavata, and also that how Ayurvedic medicine long before has divided the medicine into medicine, surgery, and all other parts. So therefore, I will be addressing that one in my next lecture. Please do attend my next lecture, and I hope you like it. And once I finish this one, then I'll go to the next one. Thank you very much for your attention and interest. Thank you again.